here's how college football teams perform. We have them for all areas. You can go to the NCAA site and get those. Some better than not. But just in general thoughts, so you get some updates on this. The NCAA Academic Progress Report was recently released, and the numbers are mixed bag for HBCU basketball football. This is coming from HBCU Sports. On the promising end, several HBCU clips. The NCAA 930 benchmark score during 2021-20 academic year. Remember, it's a 4-year rolling period. So it goes back 4 years from that 21-22, and they reported the year before the actual year that we are in now. The next highest HBCU coming after Howard, which was the co-champion, tallied 962. So credit to Howard in terms of what they were able to do, get the co-champion and still do it with their APR scores. Highest of any HBCU football program. Next highest was Norfolk State, which also competes in the MEAC with a 957. Kudos to those involved at Norfolk State to getting that. In the SWAC, you have Grambling football led the way with a score of 948, followed by Alcorn State at 945, Southern at 944, and Jackson State at 944. Oh, wow. HBCU men basketball, Texas Southern, winning championships, but also getting it done in terms of the APR score at 969. Score topped all Black college hoops program. In the MEAC, South Carolina State received a 960 score to lead the conference. Hampton and North Carolina A&T, which both play in the Colonial, received scores of 931, 925, respectively. The overall score of all Division I athletes held steady at 984, despite slight decreases in the three most visible sports, according to the latest 4-year results on Tuesday, to give you a little update there. Talking about women's side, nationally, athletes in football, men's basketball, each numbers dropped by 2 points, falling 962 to 967. That's football, men's basketball, while women's basketball players saw a 1 point drop at 982. Baseball scores nationally remain unchanged at 977. Just to give you a correlation of what that meant across the board. Remember, APA scores are based on scholarship athletes earning 1 point each semester. They're academically eligible, and another point each semester they remain in school or earn their diploma. So that's going to be interesting of how this all figures out, obviously, with the transfer portal. Teams that consistently fall below the cut line of 930 are normally subjected to penalties, but the NCAA will again impose penalties starting in 2024-2025 school year after the COVID-19 suspension ends in terms of not punishing teams in terms of the HBCU score. So one thing to think about there, just so you get an understanding on that. Lastly, the NCAA attributes the decline in men's and women's basketball and football scores to more players being ineligible to compete during the 21-22 season instead of those leaving school. So just to give you an update on that. Lastly, before we go to this first break and come back on the other side, we have a new coach, Cochran State hoops legend and former NBA player to replace Juan Dixon after the Juan Dixon era came to a disastrous end this past season. Cochran State University men's basketball team will be led by a program legend. The Eagles hired Larry Stewart, the star of the school's first NCAA tournament team in 1990. It's pretty cool that he gets a chance to lead his team as a head coach, replacing Dixon, whose tenure was clouded by losing records and ongoing catfishing scandals, who was fired in March. Stewart, 54, was a two-time Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Player of the Year in 1990 and 91. In 1990, the Philadelphia native averaged 18.7 points, 11.2 rebounds per game, as the Eagles finished 26-7 overall, 15-1 in the MEAC. Remember those matchups, and defeated North Carolina A&T 54-50 in the conference title game to clinch the first NCAA tournament appearance. After college, Stewart signed a rookie free agent with the Washington Bullets, along with Virginia Union's A.J. English, made the Bullets the last NBA team with two HBCU players on the same team. Intriguing history right there. Stewart played 5 seasons in the NBA with the Bullets and Seattle Supersonics, averaging 7.4 points and 4 rebounds per game before spending 11 seasons in Europe playing professionally. Stewart has been an assistant at Bowie State, Morgan State, Maryland Eastern Shore, prior to taking the Coppin State position, one he considers to be his dream job, and you can see why. Quote, "I bled blue and gold," end quote, Stewart told Jerry Bembry in Anscape late last month. Quote, I've learned a lot as an assistant, and the skills I picked up running a program and building relationships with players would help if I got the job, end quote. And obviously now he got it. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Kudos to Coach as he gets it done and gets his chance, Coach Larry Stewart. With that, we'll be right back after this first break. Stay with us. We'll be back on the other side.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
A junior from Mandeville, Louisiana, number 15, Norris McClure. Batting fifth, a sophomore from Paintsville, Kentucky, number 3, Seth Williams. Batting sixth, a junior from Hammond, Louisiana, number 11, Luke Sweeney. Batting seventh, a sophomore from Heron, Illinois, number 9, Nick Hunter. Batting eighth, a sophomore from Cartersville, Illinois, number 5, Bryce Anderson. Batting ninth, a sophomore from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 34, Parker Serio. And on the mound for the Badgers, a junior from Malika Hill, New Jersey, Matthew Roccabaldo. The head coach of Spring Hill is Walker Bullington. He is assisted by Landon Powell. And now let's meet the Savannah State University Tigers. Starting with their subs, number 4, Clayton Brody. Number 6, Zion Rowland. Number 7, Hunter Bradshaw. Number 9, Andrew Mann. Number 10, Merritt Evans II. Number 12, Jason Miller. Number 14, Jared Showalter. Number 17, Tress Toledo III. Number 18, Jake Grubesic. Number 23, JoJo Wembley. Number 26, Omar Almodovar. Number 27, Isaac Ravitas. Number 30, Francisco Arat. Number 31, Solomon Masters. Number 33, Enrico Peel. Number 36, Luke Sanders. And number 37, Cooper Letelier. And now your starters for Savannah State. Leading off, a redshirt senior from Brunswick, Georgia, number 1, Joe Smith. Batting second, a junior from Hampton, Georgia, number 21, Jaden Oden. Batting third, a senior from Lorain, Ohio, number 35, Andre Wright. Batting fourth, a redshirt junior from Yulee, Florida, number 16, Tyler Green. Batting fifth, a redshirt sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia, number 20, Desmore Joseph II. Batting sixth, a junior from Decatur, Georgia, number 15, Jacob Russian. Batting seventh, a sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, number 11, Hakim Smith. Batting eighth, a junior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 34, Mason McLeod. And batting ninth, a redshirt junior from Miami, Florida, number 2, Gabriel Paxot. On the mound for the Tigers, a redshirt junior from North Lauderdale, Florida, number 19, Jose Santiago. The head coach of Savannah State is Carlton Hardy. He is assisted by Paul Grubesic and Jordan Bernasset.
Go Savannah State. Went down to Locker Hall, baby.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad in the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship. It's day number 4 with a matchup of the second seed, Savannah State University. They're the Tigers taking on the Badgers, the third seeded Spring Hill College on the Black College Sports Network and the SIAC YouTube channel, along with the Black College Sports Network Facebook page and the SIAC YouTube page as well. Charles McNeil, Brian Fulford with the call. Charles Ward on standby should he be needed.
Thought you were going to say, should I fall out after last night's 13-inning game?
No, your birthday.
That too, right?
Your birthday celebration, absolutely. That ensued well into the night. I understand you got asked to leave a certain establishment not far from the hotel, so happy to have you. Made me glad that you made it back here.
I'm thankful that they left the grill open. I'm appreciative.
Yeah, it was a great time for sure. The birthday celebration went well into the night, and these teams got well rested. Savannah State staying at our hotel, so we got a chance to see the young men this morning as they got their early rise in preparation of a lifetime, an opportunity to win an SIAC baseball title, and something that they have been coveting since they arrived at the school, and now the opportunity for them to do just that on the diamond at Albany State University. Last year's runner-up was Albany State. The champion, Spring Hill, and they come in with a lot of momentum as the only undefeated team in this event.
Yes, indeed. It'll be interesting seeing how, here's a team that opened up their play with a 6-3 victory over Edward Waters on day 1. Then face these very Tigers in the semifinal of the winners bracket by a score of 10-6, and that knocked Savannah State down into the elimination bracket. And then, of course, an epic game between Albany State, 3-2, that went into the late 8th and 9th innings. So that's what got them here. 3 games in 3 days. Well, now 4 games in 4 days, and an opportunity to close it out unbeaten.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing exactly which Savannah State team we will see. That Spring Hill story, but Savannah State, they had to go through a little bit of a ride, and they've done things in a variety of ways as far as getting to this championship game.
Yeah, they've shown the bats early. When they jumped out on their opponents, and then they've had to do some rallying late. Of course, last night they were down 6-1 at one point in the ball game. They had to rally to find a way to win. So they find timely hitting when it's necessary. This is a very good Savannah State team.
You see your starting lineups. Ethan Valdez to lead things off for the team that won the title last year. Spring Hill, the Badgers. Walker Bullington. Opportunity for him to capture the title as well. The head coach as the pitch. The opening pitch of the game is over for a call, strike one. Second one is fouled off and out of play. So quickly down the count is Valdez. He's playing third base today. The Spring Hill team also had to get here in a variety of ways. We touched on their victories. The big one being against Albany State in the Final Four, the 10 o'clock game. They were able to get plenty of rest because coming off that victory, they knew their rest of the day was done while, the Albany State team had to rally and Savannah State had to do the same. So those teams with, I guess it's rest versus rust, if they say, if you can have rust having played a game, but the others having to play a couple in order to make it into this championship. One victory by Spring Hill, and this event is over. They'll be claimed the crown the champions, as that one is bumped down toward shortstop. Pick up and throw. And he's in there, safe. Gabe Paxott.
Yeah, that throw by Paxott pulled right just a little bit to the left off the bat. Wright is a tall guy. So it's tough to see whether his foot got pulled off or whether that was just a great piece of base running there by Ethan Valdez to beat out the run, or I should say beat out the throw.
That's Gage Ragona. And he flies out to left field, hands of Hakim Smith. So 2 up and 1 down with a runner at first, as the third place hitter in the order is the right fielder, Jackson Bell. He's facing Jose Santiago, the starting pitcher for the Tigers of Savannah State. From the stretch, the delivery, off-speed pitch taken outside for ball 1. Santiago on the season, a .281 batting average, 5 victories, only 2 defeats. Had 2 complete games. 57 2/3 innings. 59 hits, 32 runs, 18 of those earned. 45 strikeouts, second on his team in that department. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 man out. The third place hitter in the order. And that one is popped out towards center field. Joe Smith with the squeeze to retire Jackson Bell. So 2 outs in the inning. It'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Norris McClure. McClure, he has shown some pop in his bat during this tournament. He was 2 for 3 when these two teams met in the last contest, along with a couple of RBIs. He also scored 4 runs in that game, in that 10-6 victory back on Friday. So McClure comfortable against the Tigers. Throw over to first, and they got him. So McClure doesn't get a chance to get the bat off his shoulders. He's picked off the runner at first base. So Valdez is retired on the pickoff throw by Santiago, and we played a half inning. The championship of the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
people that don't get to see me. Trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me. Trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching. Hey, motivation.
And welcome back. A lot of fun and a lot of excitement expected today. The championship round, as we get a chance to take a look at one of the key plays in that opening half inning.
Yeah, Jose Santiago with a nice quick turn, and Valdez leaning out just a little too far. A lot of times throwing that ball over to first is a product of throwing it. Yeah, and you can see Valdez took with that delivery, he took a half a motion towards second, and that was the difference. That was the little half a second difference between sliding in safely and being caught.
Good look at the battery right there. That's Michael Roccabaldo. He's the starting pitcher for Spring Hill and the Badgers, Walker Bullington squad. He'll be tossing it out to Parker Serio, the catcher. McClure's at first, Anderson at second, Williams around at shortstop, Valdez at third, Sweeney in left, Dragona in center, and Bell out in right field. For the opening hitter in the order, that is Joe Smith.
Well, Charles, I have it on good authority that Joe Smith, number one there for Savannah State, is going to put on a show.
Well, he did so in the regular season, batted .444, started in every game. 56 hits, 126 at-bats, 45 runs scored. That's tops on the team. 9 doubles led the squad, 6 triples led the team, and 5 home runs also led the team. He was tied with RBIs. So a tremendous season for Joe Smith, all conference honors. He's ahead in the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch lifted to deep left field, way back on the couple of steps shy of the track. The catch is made, and a nice play indeed by Mr. Sweeney to retire Joe Smith.
Our flag, we don't have much wind out there today, but, it could change. We've had swirling winds in, out, left, right throughout the course of today. So we'll see if the wind will pick up a little bit later. As you can see, the Savannah State batting lineup brings Jaden Oden up.
Yeah, Oden, the right fielder. 0 for 4 when these two teams got together in that 10-6 setback at the hands of Spring Hill by the Tigers. And the pitch. Swung through and missed. Oden was actually replaced late in the game by pinch hitter Rubessit. As Jake came on, also got some additional action, did Rubessit, and played well. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 man out, no runners aboard for the Tigers in the home half of the first inning as he rocks and fires. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carlton Hardy is the head coach of the Tigers. As that swung on and missed for strike 3, but the ball gets by the catcher. And a wild pitch allows him to move on down to first base. So we got a first base runner for the Tigers in the person of Jaden Oden.
I noticed today, Charles, for Championship Sunday, we've got 4 umpires out on the covering the diamond. So full coverage today.
Third place hitter in the order is Andre Wright. On the season, Wright a .330 hitter, 34 hits and 103 plate appearances, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, and those 39 RBI ties him with Smith, the team lead.
And in this tournament, these 3, the top of the order, 1, 2, 3, have been the most productive group for Savannah State.
Yeah, those 3 playing in every game. That one fouled back and out of play. We're talking about productivity through the roof. Smith has struggled a little bit at the plate in the tournament, but the other 2, Wright batting .381 during the championships, and Oden .409. So runner at first, and the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
We'll be looking for Oden to be taking off on the pitch. He's gone.
Swung through and missed for strike 3. The throw down gets by the player covering, backed up there by the second baseman. And that'll go in as a stolen base as Andre Wright was retired for the second out of the inning. Stolen base allows Oden to move on down to second. So he's in scoring position for the cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Tyler Green. Takes the first one off the plate for ball 1. On the season, Green a .289 hitter. Started only 11 of 20 games. As he gets hit by a pitch and he'll walk on down to first base.
Well, he got hit off the bounce. Well, unless that was ball 4.
Third base, number 20, Desmore Joseph to second.
Did I bring up the 5th place hitter? Desmore Joseph II. The pitch. Tapped down toward shortstop and through the hole. Rounding third and heading toward the plate. Here's a throw to the plate. Not in time. And the Tigers draw first blood as they have a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Desmore Joseph II.
Seth Williams did about as good of a job as he could diving to his right to try to knock that ball down or just come up with the play. Just got by him. And a good piece of running there by Oden. Full speed coming around third. Sliding just for good measure, but I don't think he even had to.
So Green on at second. Joseph on at first. For the 6th place hitter in the order, that's T.C. Russian. Heading to count, 1 ball and no strikes. Roccabaldo tosses that one past him. Russian leading the team in the tournament with a .455 batting average. He drills that one down toward third. The force play is handled to retire the side. Valdez gets him out of the inning, but not before the Tigers put 1 on the board on 1 hit. As a result of a strikeout and a wild pitch, Oden scores on that clean single by Desmore Joseph II. We played 1 complete in the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. It rolls on to the 2nd inning on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop.
And we're back. Top of the 2nd inning, Norris McClure, he was at the plate when the inning came to a close, the top half of the 1st inning for Spring Hill. Ethan Valdez was picked off of first, getting on base by way of a base hit. The only hit thus far as that pitch is over for a call strike. McClure was 2 for 3 with 4 runs scored as he hits that one down towards second. Up with it, over to the pitcher covering Santiago. Puts his foot down on the bag, and what an excellent defensive play by the Tigers.
Yeah, definitely. Santiago. I don't know who I'm going to be more giving more praise to. Was it TC Russian for making the play, or for Jose Santiago for getting over and being able to step on the bag, because you're trying to beat out a runner that's going full speed.
First pitch hit down. He'll get another opportunity.
Right back to Russian.
So a 4-3 put out there. As Smith is retired. Luke Sweeney. Jose Santiago, deliberate, and just missed with that fastball, low and away. So 3 balls and no strikes to Sweeney after the back-to-back groundouts. The second baseman, as that one's popped up on the infield and foul ground. Ranging over and making the catch is Desmore Joseph II. So the Tigers playing excellent defense, coming away with a 3-up and 3-down inning. And at the end of 1.5, our score is 1-0 in favor of Savannah State. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship on the Black College Sports Network.
7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for Savannah State.
people who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Left fielder number 11, Hakeem Smith.
It's the bottom of the second inning in the championships of the SIAC, the Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. Charles McNeil alongside Brian Fulford. Happy to have you guys with us. Hope you are enjoying the action. Make sure you let us know on whatever social media option you have chosen to tune in. We're happy to have you indeed. Hakeem Smith leads things off. He's the left fielder. As he pops this one, fouling out of play. Michael Roccabaldo still on the hill for the Badgers. Strong right-handed pitcher.
I've got to get used to the nickname Badgers. I've been talking about Tigers all weekend. You know, there's so many in this conference.
There are a ton of Tigers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we got one in the championship, so. Swung on and missed. That's strike 3. That'll bring up the catcher, Mason McLeod.
Batting eighth, the catcher, number 34, Mason McLeod.
And it was McLeod with the big pinch hit last night. One of the heroes of the ball game for Savannah State.
They knocked off Albany State, the number 1 seed. The 3 seed in this tournament are the Badgers. The 2 seed are the Tigers. And what a terrific game that was last night. Nine to 8, 13 innings. Outstanding call by my broadcast partner here, and Charles Ward. As the pitch. That one taken high.
How you doing, man?
The pitch. That misses for ball 4. So the catcher's aboard.
Number 2, Gabriel Paxson.
That'll bring up Gabriel Paxott, the shortstop. 1 out, 1 aboard. And that misses low for ball 1.
Charles, we got our first VIP that'll be coming up here in the box joining us. It's the Savannah State Athletic Director, Opio Mashariki. How you doing, AD?
Good. I'm VIP. I don't, know about that, but good to be here.
But congratulations, man, on making it to this event. How does it feel to be a part of the championship?
No, it's exciting. It's exciting to be here on championship, Sunday. 2 teams competing hard, trying to win the championship. But congratulate me in 6 hours.
There you go. Puts the bunt down. It'll take a little bit longer journey to get to that title.
Right.
2 wins, but to make it into the Final Four is a lot, as well. And then have that opportunity, as we said at the opening, opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, you go down in history, these players will.
Right,
with
absolutely.
the championship.
It's a testament to the hard work they put in all year. You know, the ability to make it to this day.
The pitch.
Now, we know that, let's see, Savannah State had an opportunity to host championships in a particular sport earlier this year, and here Albany State has hosted this whole week. What are your thoughts of campus sites as host sites versus, a neutral site? What's your thought?
So, our campus are electrifying. So I think that when the opportunity presents itself, that we should be able to host on campus. Ultimately, it's a conference decision, but I think that we should showcase the excitement in our fans and, what the HBCU atmosphere looks like on our campuses. And so, when the opportunity arose for us for the men's and women's basketball championship, we jumped at it because we wanted people to come and see. We got a phenomenal, arena. We wanted people to see that. And then we got an exciting city, a destination city in Savannah. We want people to come and explore and learn our city, and it gives us a little bit of home court advantage. But I think it's exciting. I feel like it went really well. This tournament is going really well, so it's exciting.
Gabriel Paxott flew out as the prior batters, or brings it back to the top of the order with Joe Smith, who is even in the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, definitely. The Albany State ballpark here has definitely been highlighted. A beautiful facility here on the West Campus.
That one taken high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Michael Roccabaldo on the hill. Obviously, being an athletic director, the head of all the sports in your program. Talk a little bit about some of the successes you've had during the school year.
Yeah, we've had our golf program just finished runner-up at the SIAC championships. Jaden Saunders won the championship for golf, so that's exciting for us. We have a cross-country star in Kayla Chance, who has won 2 cross-country championships. So we got a lot of exciting things going on our campus. Track and field went out. We had a lot of medalists in the track and field championship. Our men's and women's basketball program finished both second. We didn't have the outcomes that we wanted at the championship, but we thrive to be the leaders amongst the conference, and I feel like we're doing that in all of our sports, and we'll continue to get better as well.
We thank you so much for the visit, as that's the inning. A strikeout ends things, and best wishes not only for Game 1, but also obviously Game 2 as well.
Thank you. We appreciate having me.
All right.
AD Opio Mashariki joining us right here on the broadcast as we get ready to head to the bottom of the second, I'm sorry, with our score, Savannah State 1, Spring Hill 0. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIC Baseball Championship game on the Black College Sports Network and SIC YouTube channel.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12.
Top of the 3rd inning. 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order for the Badgers of Spring Hill. And that's Nick Hunter, the designated hitter. Hunter did not see any action in the earlier contest between these two on Friday. Santiago missing, so 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Taken on the outside corner. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's lifted. Foul. And out of play.
I love seeing leadoff hitters of an inning really make pitchers work. 7th pitch coming up right here.
That one grounded. Second baseman made some sparkling plays earlier in this game. T.C. Russian unable to come up with that one. The in-between hop got him.
Will not be surprised if that goes down as a hit. That was a tough hop. You had to time that one just right off of high hop. We'll wait on the official announcement, but there you can see.
So Hunter's aboard by way of a single, infield single. Talked about the leadoff hitter. That one is fouled off by Bryce Anderson, the second baseman.
Let's see, now I think it opens it up for everybody else. Now that he's on, you've made the pitcher go through, 7, 8, 9 pitches here. Opens it up here for Anderson. Now, hopefully Hunter was paying attention when Ethan Valdez got on at the beginning of the first inning, and he doesn't get picked off here. Santiago's got a good quick move to first.
That one bunted on but missed. So no balls and 2 strikes, and Santiago takes something off that one. Line shot out there, but there's a throw back, and it gets by the first baseman. On down to second goes the runner, Hunter.
Let's call those self-inflicted wounds right there. It's a nice play by the third baseman, Desmore Joseph, but was just a little too hot with that throw across the diamond over to first, and it just sailed on him. If he doesn't throw it, just gives it back to the pitcher, runner's still on first.
Yeah, there was not that much room. He had not angled off that much because it was a line shot. Got a little greedy, trying to get that second out. Third basemen historically have one of the strongest arms on the infield, and so that was popped up and lifted. Center field, Smith has a beat on it, makes the catch, and he'll showcase his cannon to keep the runner at second base.
Yeah, good decision by Nick Hunter there, respecting the arm of Joe Smith.
Third baseman, number 8, Ethan Valdez.
Charles, I wonder sometimes if there's a psychology of making throws like what Desmore did when you're up versus when you're tied or maybe when you're down. Do you still make that throw when you don't have the lead?
Parker Serio was the young man who flew out to Smith in center. That brings us back to the top of the order, and Ethan Valdez. He smacks one. Center field, carries, and Smith once again with the put out. So he played 2.5 innings. And unfortunately for the Spring Hill Badgers, unable to capitalize on the error, they left one man on base. So 2.5 in the books in the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. 1-0 Savannah State. You're watching it on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
My people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this.
Bottom of the third inning. Baseball championships from the SIAC, the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship Sunday. Happy to have you guys with us. Charles McNeil, Brian Fulford here. We bring you up close and personal with Jaden Oden. He scored the lone run in the game, was struck out, was able to get on base by way of a wild pitch on the swinging strikeout, stole a base and came around to score on an RBI single by Desmore Joseph II. Headed to count. 2 balls and no strikes. Roccabaldo throws high and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Call strike. And that's ball 4. So Oden's aboard for the second time.
First baseman, number 35, Andre Wright.
Going to bring up Andre Wright.
You can't keep putting Oden on base and expect to have success in this contest. Newsflash, just in case anyone didn't know.
That one taken high and inside. So Roccabaldo starting to struggle a little bit here in the third, trying to find the strike zone. Quick throw. Oden able to get back in time. In last year's event, Savannah State got off to a fast start, defeating Tuskegee in a high-scoring affair, 11-10. Day 2 was inclement weather, but they were able to get their game in, losing to Miles. That put them into the elimination bracket, and they fell to Albany State in the early game on Saturday, ending their season. They were the number 1 seed last year, the Tigers. That one is lifted softly toward right field, and it'll drop in. Fair ball. Andre Wright with the single.
The 2-3 hitters continue to hit like the 1-2 tough combination that they have been all tournament for Savannah State.
Designated hitter number 16, Tyler Green.
So Andre Wright with the clean single when they faced this team earlier in the tournament. It was 1 for 5 for Wright. Got on base by way of a base on ball. Struck out 3 times.
Definitely got to get him up here on the. Actually, we need to get both of y'all. We need to get both of y'all since you're the chair of the baseball committee too. So we need to get both of y'all on just to talk since you're the chair of the baseball committee. And of course, he's the commissioner. But yeah, get him.
So 2 aboard for the Tigers of Savannah State, looking to add to their 1-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tyler Green at the plate. Roccabaldo gets him to swing through that fastball. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul back. These teams met in the regular season at Savannah State back in early February. It was Spring Hill taking the first contest 12-5, but the Tigers bounced back with a 3-0 shutout and a 9-7 victory. Green goes down on strikes.
Beautiful curveball there by Roccabaldo.
Third baseman number 20, Desmore Joseph II.
Call strike there. Desmore Joseph, RBI single his first time up. The pitch. Watches that one sail over his head. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 man out. Runners at first and second for the Tigers. The pitch. Swung on and missed. So Roccabaldo ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Double play would be in order for Walker Bullington's Badgers of Spring Hill College as that one's lifted. It'll be foul and out of play. From the stretch. Michael Roccabaldo. Kicks and fires. Line shot in the right field. Played perfectly as he makes the catch. Excellent defensive effort out there by Mr. Bell.
Second baseman number 15, T.C. Russian.
So Joseph is retired, and that brings up T.C. Russian.
good at bat there for Desmond Joseph.
Not sure if he's related to Patrice. And the pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Home half of the 3rd inning. A 1-0 lead for the Tigers. Scored that run back in the 1st inning. Roccabaldo. His pitch popped up and playable. Center fielder calling in right field. And Ragona makes the catch to retire the side. So in the inning, no runs. We had 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. So 3 complete. Spring Hill coming to bat. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
My people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching, hey, motivation.
This is the dean.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Spring Hill.
I see it.
Center fielder number 6, Gage Ragona.
The center fielder leads things off. Second batter in the order. That's Gage Ragona. He offered. Unable to make contact. Walker Bullington manning the first base coaching box, offering some encouragement as the pitch drilled. And there he is again. Defensive stalwart. The Tigers diving and making the play with TC Russian to retire Ragona.
Good play there by TC. Moving over to his right. He was ready for that one. Making up for the error a little earlier in the contest.
Jackson Bell, third place hitter in the order, lines that one up the middle. And the right fielder gets his team's 3rd hit of the game. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Norris McClure. So Jackson Bell, as that one's hit off the glove of Santiago. He's up with the underhand toss to right to retire the base runner. Hitter trying to get down the line. And alert play by Santiago.
Yes, Santiago fielding the position well today. We've seen it earlier, and I was just thinking it was McClure that he actually had to chase.
As there's a line single, and this could be the tying run coming to the plate. Low throw, and it will not have a play at the plate. As that single in an RBI evens things up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, that was a hot shot. I don't think Russian even, he looked at it. That's how fast it got by him. And, Charles, I was just thinking at the start of this inning, now that Spring Hill has seen Santiago one time through the order, if this was the inning, especially, where they found their bats and would attack.
So an RBI single. Plates home Jackson Bell. Throw over, not in time. Seth Williams on it first. Sweeney at the plate and the pitch outside. Sweeney's the left fielder. He popped out his first time up. Sweeney getting some encouragement from his dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the curveball, a breaking pitch of some sort. Almost looked like an Ephus pitch there. Took a lot off of it. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. The pitch swung on and missed. The count is full at 3-2. When you slow it down that much.
I was just thinking the same thing. Where are you going to go with that? Yep.
It makes the fastball seem a whole lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Throw over. Something we noticed in this tournament, and we see it exhibited once again with Seth Williams on the base paths. Players wearing what is tantamount to shorts out here. That was fouled off to stay alive. Catcher could not hold on to it. Mason McLeod would love to have that one back. Sometimes as a catcher, you get the ball deflected, and it's just that slight difference knocks it out of your glove. A little bit extra spin on it, as that is ball 4 and allowing him to move on down to first base. So Sweeney's aboard, moving Williams down to second base and bringing up the designated hitter, Nick Hunter. Hunter got on board by way of a base on balls, was left stranded back at second. His last plate appearance, and the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for a call strike. Santiago from the stretch looks back at second, and now the pitch. Bunted in the foul ground. So it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Interesting to see a 2-out bunt in that situation.
Yeah, he's bunting for a single because he saw the third baseman kind of deep. But he could leg one out, and by the time they got it, they'd have no play. That's when you're betting on yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
Your ability, foot speed, not only to get the bunt down, but also to leg it out. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch lined toward right, and it'll fall in. Rounding third. Here comes the throw. It's cut off because it's offline. No, they let it go through. It should have been cut off. Either way, the run scores, and it's Spring Hill taking their first lead of the game. They lead it now 2-1.
Yeah, that ball was hit right in front of Odin, and he did his best to try to get that back in. But if he could have put a little more air on that throw, I thought there was a play possibly at the plate. Don't want to take anything, don't want to say anything about Seth Williams' speed, but I thought he didn't seem like he was running at top speed coming around third. Like there could have been a play if the throw could have got up in the air, if there could have been a little more air on that.
So Jaden Oden could not get the baseball out of his hands and to home plate in time. The run scores, and Spring Hill, who needs only one victory in order to capture the championship after winning it last year. Santiago, curveball is grounded foul. Bryce Anderson is the hitter. He lined out his first time up. Bryce was 1 for 4 on Friday. Had a run scored, struck out twice. Anderson looks out at Santiago, and the pitch lined toward short, up with it, underhand toss that is, to second to retire his man. So the defensive effort by Paxson and Russian, those guys trying to get back in their dugout and try to build on some momentum. But nonetheless, in the inning, we had 2 across on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 3.5 in the books. Albany State's West Campus, the baseball field here, site of the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. 2-1 is our score, and you're watching it on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics.
Savannah State coming up to the plate, trailing for the first time, 2-1. Send up Hakim Smith to lead things off.
This is not unfamiliar territory for the Tigers.
Yeah, we mentioned in our open they've won in a variety of different ways. Obviously, last night, spirited come from behind effort, down 6-1. Came off the deck in 13 for the victory. That's popped up. First, the effort just to get it back to send it to extras was a lot. But it just speaks to the perseverance and determination of this former top seed, now the 2nd seed. That's fouled back. Top seed last season. 2nd seed this year, so Carlton Hardy does a great job with his young men. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Smith. The pitch. Roccabaldo misses high. And the pitch. Punched out toward right field. Playable. Making the grab. The right fielder pulling that one in. That was Mr. Bell out there to retire Smith. That'll bring up the catcher, Mason McLeod. Got on base by way of a base on balls his first time up. Advanced to second by way of an error. Taken low and away for ball 1. The 1-0. Call strike 1.
Just caught the bottom of the batter's box there. Strike zone.
That one hit foul. Remember, going back to Thursday, you were concerned about a foul ball that might come through this lone opening.
We were close. There were 2 yesterday that touched the top of the dugout in front of us. So I'm calling it here in this game.
Well, McLeod wishes that one had been up in this area as opposed to where it wound up on his elbow.
Yeah, that one. And I don't think he's wearing
any body armor.
Any body armor on his left forearm and elbow. So yeah, that one.
I can see the bruise right now. As a matter of fact.
Yep.
So he hit by a pitch after getting on board by way of a base on balls in his last plate appearance. He's been on twice. This time it's Gabriel Paxott. Try to bring him around. The pitch. Paxott takes it high. He's 0 for 1. Flied out his first time up. Did not have a hit on Friday in the 10-6 victory by Spring Hill over Savannah State. Last night, Paxott was 2 for 5 against Albany State in that elimination game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Call strike 2. That one hit high, but playable. Left fielder makes the catch. Sweeney for the second out of the inning. So Paxott is retired for the second time by way of a flyout. Brings us to the top of the order. The young man you said going to have a big game, Joe Smith.
And again, I want to emphasize I was told that. I was quoting what I was told. So, he's had a good day in the outfield.
Flied out and struck out thus far. And the pitch. That missed. Last night, Smith was 1 for 5 with 3 RBI. Also scored a run. Savannah State, their game ending at around 10:30 last evening, a quick turnaround. Time they got back to the hotel, settled in, it was well after 11. Carlton Hardy, the head coach, had an early close for those guys. They had to close things out quickly, get some rest as that misses.
How early of a wake-up call are you giving your guys after a long night last night?
Well, you figure they had to be at the ballpark at least 2 hours early. So they probably shut it down at midnight as far as them last night with rise and get on the team bus about 9:30. As that retires the side on the ground out, the fielder's choice. So in the inning, no runs. There were no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've completed 4 full, and it's 2-1 in favor of Spring Hill. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
And welcome back. Albany State University, first pitch popped up by Spring Hill. And the catch is made by the shortstop. Ranged back to retire his man. So 1 up and 1 down as Parker Serio retired for the second time. That'll bring us to the top of the order. Ethan Valdez. He had a single his first time up. Flying out in his second appearance. He takes the pitch for a call, strike 1. That one tapped down toward first. Andre Wright up with it, throws it over. Santiago falls, but still gets the foot on the bag to retire him.
Second time we've seen Santiago having to get over there from the pitcher's mound over to first base.
One of the first things you do when you prepare for the upcoming season. Charles Ward, former HBCU pitcher, knows that one very well as that's lined out towards center field. Playable to Smith, who grabs it to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. Just what Carlton Hardy and the Tiger faithful wanted to see. So they were able to take care of business. But I'm sure they want a little bit more on the offensive side. They'll get a chance. They can play, get their offense rolling here in just a little bit. Walker Bullington on the other side. Walker definitely wants to see his team continue their stellar play on the defensive effort as well. 5 hits on one side, 2 on the other. As we prepare ourselves for the bottom half. 5th inning, 2-1 score. This is, of course, the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. Charles McNeil, Brian Fulford. Brian, I know you had a chance to enjoy this 4-day event, and really adding a couple of more days when you talk about the softball action as well. Crowning champions, and something that we in the network have been a part of over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I want to take a second and give kudos to the folks of the SIAC who have been here in Albany all week, trying to here working with, and of course working with Albany State University, and trying to get everything set up at the softball park for those games, and then have to work and get transitioned from the end of softball to the beginning of the baseball tournament. A lot of moving parts, takes a lot of work. So if you enjoy what you have seen, leave a positive comment of something. Let the SIAC know you appreciate what they've done in making these games visible to everybody.
Yeah, no doubt. First class effort on the part of the SIAC. Proud to be a part of it as well. I've been part of the SIAC going back to 1993. So 30 years of covering the SIAC, first with the school there in Augusta, no longer in the conference, but battling back themselves in Payne College. Of course, Clark Atlanta doing numerous games over the years at Morehouse and Clark, Savannah State, all the Georgia schools. It's been here in the Peach State for quite some time. Also, big ups to the BCSN, the original online media outlet dedicated to live coverage of conferences like the SIAC and HBCU sporting events on a weekly basis. Make sure you use the hashtag if you're talking about us at MyBCSN1. Use that hashtag as well. We certainly would appreciate it. Jaden Oden leading things off. 2-2 count, takes it high. Been on base twice. Struck out, got on base by way of a wild pitch on that third strike. And a base on balls in his second plate appearance. He also has a stolen base in this one. Swings and misses here, but the catcher holds on to it. And Oden is retired.
Caught totally off guard by that pitch by Roccabaldo.
A couple innings ago, we talked about Roccabaldo looking like he might have been a little winded, but he has gathered that wind. Able to get out the difficult hitter in Oden. Andre Wright, part of the Murderer's Row. That is the Tiger offense. Took that one for a call strike. High. And misses.
And I like the fact that Michael is going right after Andre Wright here.
That one fouled back and out of play. Want to send heartfelt condolences out to a member of our team up here, as Darren Lillard done a fantastic job as our PA announcer. He lost his father-in-law, his wife back in Augusta. Father-in-law died suddenly as he was making his way for the softball championship, so I want to wish he and his wife our sympathy, and they're in our thoughts and prayers. So Wright goes down on strikes. here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Tyler Green. Hit by a pitch and struck out. Green on that hit by pitch back in his first at bat. Advanced to second but was left stranded. He bared witness to the RBI single for the lone run. Swings through that one. Now we'll have to take a stroll and contemplate the things to come. So Michael Roccabaldo settling in. The pitch. Two balls and one strike. Green awaits the pitch and punches it in the shallow left field. Making the catch, the left fielder out there, that's Sweeney, to retire the side. So Spring Hill, 3 up and 3 down on their part as well. And we played 5 full in this championship Sunday. And it's a 2-1 game in favor of the Badgers over the Tigers of Savannah State. You are watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
My people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me.
Jackson Bell to lead things off. Visiting half of the 6th inning. Bell scored a run as he punches that one through.
You know, that ball picked up some steam right as it got out of the infield, and it just scooted by Joseph. Good hard hit.
So Bell, second single. Came around to score his first time, or his second plate appearance, that is, after flying out. Brings up Norris McClure, who grounded out his first time up.
Third time around for Spring Hill and seeing Santiago. See if it produces anything equal or better than the second time.
Commented on McClure's wide stance in yesterday's broadcast. Provides that solid balance that he needs as a left-handed hitter. Leaning back slightly on the back leg. He swings and drills it down towards second. Hot shot. Booted. Ball is loose.
And it's going to get away all the way towards.
Yeah, gives him a chance to move on down to third.
Mm-hmm.
So the scramble was on, shortstop and second baseman. What could have been a tailor-made double play instead results on first and third as McClure is on board.
End up with a double error there. An E4 on the initial hit, which puts McClure on base, and then you get an E6 that sends Bell over to third.
So Bell is 90 feet away from an insurance run. The Tigers trailing by 1 as Seth Williams checks in. He had the RBI. Drive-in Bell, the first run of the game. Later came around and scored on himself. And that one is punched into right field. Easy RBI single, rounding second and heading to third is McClure. So once again, first and third and an RBI. Second one for Seth Williams as he gives his team a 3-1 lead.
Badgers are starting to hit now. In the middle part of this lineup, producing. And Coach Hardy is going to make his way out. That may be down 3-1. Now, I didn't see anybody warming up in the bullpen, unless I missed it.
Yeah, just his first visit. And this might give them an opportunity to get some things scurrying. Always interested to see when we're in these positions the coaches who talk with their players during the timeouts. In case of Coach Hardy, he's got his catcher there in McLeod, along with the pitcher, the infielders having their own sidebar conversation. And then on the other side, Coach Bullington, he pulled the base runner over, allowing him to get the running glove. And they had their own conversation. You know, how aggressive does he want the runner to be? Seth Williams. We had the conversation with him back on Friday. Coach Bullington told us that he likes to recruit smaller players for the infield. 5'7", 5'8" guys, all capable of doing a variety of different things. And then he has a couple of guys, he said, that can bring the juice when needed. We saw the juice delivered on that solid ground ball that ate up the second baseman. And now the pitch. Santiago meeting with Coach Hardy. Take something off of that one. So he may go with more breaking pitches since they've been sitting on those fastballs. Top of the sixth inning.
The rare throw over to third. You don't see that one too often.
The 0-1. Bunted. Down the first base line. It's a beauty. Tag is made as Santiago was debating as to whether he was going to come full charge. He had the hitter backpedaling as the runner unable to move down in Williams. He did advance to second on the fielder's choice. As another run scored as well. McClure coming in with the second run of the inning. It's 4-1.
Perfectly placed, but right up the first baseline. Runner coming from third, going full speed to home.
So Nick Hunter, the hitter, Singled his first time up. Advanced as far as second base. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off, I believe. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. I know it popped out of the catcher's mitt.
And there is some activity going on now in the Savannah State bullpen.
The pitch. Outside corner for a call strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's only 1 man out. Runner at second. And 2 across in the inning for the Badgers. Line shot right where the shortstop was. Rounding third and coming home with the 5th run. The Badgers of Spring Hill blowing this one open.
Nick Hunter stays hot, man. Second RBI of the day. Multiple hits now. There's only 1 out here. Savannah State's got to close the door quickly here before this gets further away from this.
There it is, a ground ball, eats up the shortstop off his chest and shoulder. And that'll be ruled a base hit. Gabriel Paxott checking his collarbone.
Yeah, it's rare that we've seen Paxott having to backpedal, but that one got up in him. That one just crowded him and caught him right in the chest.
Bryce Anderson. Second baseman lined out. Pops this one back. Catcher Parker Serio. So he's behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still only 1 man out. Runners at first and second.
That one caught him in the wrist, yeah.
To Parker Serio. Loads up the bases.
Third baseman, number 8, Ethan Valdez.
Jose Santiago has his second hit by, see his first time he's hit a batter in this one. His opposite opponent on the mound, Roccabaldo, has done the same. The pitch. Call strike. So we're back to the top of the order. Ethan Valdez. Flied out, ground out, and a single. The pitch. Call strike. Pops that one up. Will it be playable? Headed toward the bullpen. And then down the hill it goes. pitch. That one headed in the same direction. Out of play.
Valdez staying alive.
It's like the Bee Gees. Solomon Masters in the bullpen warming up for Coach Carlton Hardy. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out, bases full of Badgers. From the stretch, the pitch. Looking in, peering in for the sign. Santiago looks back at second and now delivers. That misses. So the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2. And now the decision pitch.
Big pitch here for Santiago. Needs an out.
The pitch. That is lifted out toward left center field with a beat on it. The catch is made, but tagging up and scoring easily are the Badgers for their 4th run of the inning. Oh. The runner scored, but they went with an appeal and found out that the runner at second had left early. So the side is retired, but in the inning, 4 runs across, 3 of those earned. A few hits, and we had 2 men left on base. So with 2 across a couple innings ago and 4 more here, the lead is similar to where Savannah State found themselves last night, down 6-1. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
For my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, hey, this for my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching, hey, 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 motivation.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Albany State University's West Campus, the baseball field here. Gorgeous site for the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. He's Brian Fulford. I'm Charles McNeil. Happy to have you guys on this Championship Sunday.
So as you can see on that replay, on the runner on second had left early, and so they ended up being a double play 7-4, but the run did score. Charles, I feel like we've been here. Well, I don't want to say we. I've been here before, but yes, if you were
here just a few moments ago.
We've been here before in terms of Savannah State being down 6-1, and I want to say as well also in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And I think I may have
the 6th inning.
Yeah, I may have spoken that one into existence when yesterday I mentioned the Richard Pryor joke about if you don't bring me that certain item, you will see him again, and we have seen it again. 6-1 score. It was called a goose or a turkey. If you don't bring the goose or a turkey, you will see him again. Call strike 3 to the leadoff hitter, Desmore Joseph, and he is not a happy camper.
What is happening, though, I can tell you, is Rocco Baldo has found a groove, and he struck out 3 of the last 4. I believe 7 total strikeouts by my count, unofficial.
Yeah, what a tremendous performance in the championship game. Roccabaldo is dealing.
You know, it always seems to come down to, you know, a pitcher or pitching that seems to separate in these closeout games or closing games.
Yeah, the coaches told us that almost to a man that, you know, none of them thought that they had enough pitching to get through the losers bracket to a championship. TC rushing at the plate. He lines that one and he eats up the second baseman on the other side.
TC's like, hey, I've had my fair share of those, so let me dish it back to somebody else and see how you like it.
Inflicting some punishment.
Number 11, Hakeem Smith.
So TC rushing with no regard for human life there. He's on board for Hakeem Smith. Smith, one of those strikeout victims, also flied out. Puts the bat on the ball there, but fouls it away. So no balls and 1 strike. There's 1 man out. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Savannah State needs to win this one in order to force the if necessary game, be the final game of the baseball season. As far as the SIAC championships are concerned, Charles Ward will come on in, bring that one to you if they're able to come back from a 6-1 deficit for the victory. The pitch. Swinging strike. Runner halfway down. Now they'll throw back. So yet another strikeout.
Catcher, number 34, Mason McLeod.
Yeah, I've got 9 strikeouts in the game.
Okay.
Roccabaldo. And Mason McLeod steps in. He can keep the inning alive. Paxot will be up as that's lifted. Right center field. Unplayable. And the catch is made by the right fielder, Bell, to retire the side. Head to the top of the 7th inning. 6-1 score. Spring Hill out in front on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download.
Albany State University's West Campus, the baseball site for the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. Santiago facing the number 2 hitter in the order, batting leadoff here in the top of the inning. Gage Ragona. Took something off of that one. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, we're moving into that third stanza, Charles, as I'd like to call it, where, you know, for Savannah State, we've seen them rally. We've seen games.
Line shot. And Oden squeezes it. 1 up and 1 down.
We've seen some pretty nice comebacks in this third stanza here in this tournament. So
Number 29, Jackson Bell.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Jackson Bell. Couple of singles. Scored 2 runs in the game. And flied out. So 2 for 3. 9 hits. 6 runs across and no errors for Spring Hill. Out in front with a 5-run advantage. The pitch. Nubber down toward second. Scooped and tossed over from Russian to right to retire Bell.
First baseman.
So I'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Norris McClure. He scored a run back in his last plate appearance. The pitch. Swung on and hit back toward the athletic complex.
he brought up his stance, and the last at bat, that stance just covers almost that whole batter's box.
Santiago watches that one go through the hole between first and second. And Norris McClure, the cool hitting
Shortstop, number 3, Seth Williams.
left-handed hitter, the first baseman, gets his first single on board for the second consecutive time.
Yeah, right between the first and second baseman. That's where that one just found a hole right between the two of them.
That brings up Seth Williams. Couple of RBI in this game. McClure takes a short lead. Santiago from the stretch, the pitch. That is hit in the right field, but playing him perfectly defensively is Jaden Oden. He makes the catch to retire the side.
Time for the 7th inning stretch. So get on your feet, stretch your legs, and sing the
So that will retire the side. Top of the 7th inning. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game as we're going to come right back and bring you the concluding innings of this one, the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just the touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships. Savannah State at the plate as they trail by a score of 6-1. They got out to a fast start in the home half of the first inning, scoring a single run. Since yielded 6 as they start this inning off in style. There's a throwback to first, and he is safe. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. Big time hustle right there by Gabriel Paxott to get aboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, the right fielder, Jackson Bell, tried to, you rarely see it in baseball. You see it probably more in softball where you see a ball maybe hit the right field and the right fielder would try to throw it into first just because of the distance. Well, it was so short, that ball, that he tried to get that in there quickly.
Also sharply hit, allowing him the opportunity to make the play.
And just in case anybody missed it, Charles, we've got a pitching change here for Spring Hill.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Mr. Short?
Well, Jackson Short on the rubber right now for Spring Hill. He's made one appearance in this tournament already. He did pick up a save in pitching 3 2/3. Gave up 3 hits, no runs, no errors. Did walk 2, struck out 3 though. And so after, closing the book on Michael Roccabaldo, which could technically, let's see, I'm looking at his stats in this tournament. He could pick up his second win of the tournament. He struck out 9 today.
Yeah, he had a masterful performance in the regular season. He had an 8.13 ERA, was 2-4 on the season. This was his 14th appearance. Roccabaldo started in his 9th game of the year in this championship event. 31 innings, 25 hits, 30 runs scored, 28 of those earned, and 29 strikeouts coming in, and you mentioned 9 of them today. So A tremendous effort on the part of Roccabaldo. He's saved the best for last. It's his reliever, short, allows another runner aboard. The 2 hitters he's facing and already 2 aboard.
Yeah, it is no easy task for a new pitcher coming in. Looking around, trying to figure out what we're...
Regardless of the circumstance, Jaden Oden at the plate, the right fielder. They're writing something down in their respective books. I see the second base umpire doing so, as did the home plate umpire. We missed the announcement that he made up to the press box, as that one is fouled off and out of play. So you got Joe Smith on at first, Gabriel Paxot on at second. Short from the stretch, settles, looks back, and now the pitch. It's low. So we're hearing now that it could be a pitch clock violation. That's a call strike. Evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jaden Oden. Struck out, first plate appearance, came around to score, the lone run. Base on balls and a strikeout as he hits this one down toward first. Tags first now, next got to tag him, and he does on a beautiful throw and a double play.
DP 3-6 if you're scoring at home on that one. Runner did advance over to third.
So we talked about how smooth a swinger he is in terms of handling the bat in Norris McClure. Now this one is lined by right, and that will plate another run as Wright comes through with the RBI single.
Paxot comes in, and that's the second hit of the day for Wright. Looks like we got another pinch hitter coming in for Savannah State.
So the critical play with the ground into the double play situation
Number 37, Cooper
by Jaden Oden. Grounding in that double play really quelled the potential rally here. It appears. You've got another solid stick at the plate. Cooper Letelier. The pinch hitter. Tops that one. And it's a fair ball. And he is retired. And so are the Tigers. Bottom of the 7th inning in the books. 1 across. On 1 hit. There were no errors. And 1 man left on base. So 7 complete in this championship game. If Spring Hill holds on to win this one, they win the SIAC championship. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship on the Black College Sports Network.
people that don't get to see me. Trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me. Trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teachings. Hey, 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 hey. Motivation.
The 8th inning, and Spring Hill with a 6-2 advantage. One across for Savannah State in their home half of the 7th. Inches them closer, but with only 6 outs remaining, they need to hold things tight and come up with a rally as we've got a new pitcher coming in for the Tigers. Solomon Masters, we told you he was warming up in the bullpen a couple innings ago. He comes in relief of Jose Santiago. So Santiago's day is done.
Masters, a 6'5", redshirt sophomore from Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Always interested to see how tall pitchers come in to start a game.
Moving on for Spring Hill, left fielder number 11, Luke Sweeney.
Talked about him when he played in one of the earlier contests. This guy commands your respect. You look at his stature. Did that game with Charles Ward. Of course, me being a longtime Mets fan, the first person that came to mind for me was Doc Gooden as he hits the batter. For Charles, it was J.R. Richard.
Hitter number 9, Nick Hunter.
The first base umpire shaking the hand of the base runner. Told him he took that one like a man. So hit by pitch. Masters working now against Nick Hunter, the designated hitter, with a pair of hits in this one, an RBI. The pitch. That's in the dirt, gets by the catcher. That one ruled a wild pitch, allowing Sweeney to advance down to second. Two balls and no strikes. Masters hits another one, and this one hurts.
And he's a left-handed hitter, too. And they quickly send someone out to the bullpen to start warming up.
I think he took that one off the wrist.
Looks like he's holding his right wrist.
Trainer working with him. We're hoping to get another look at that one. We got a meeting at the mound, and it gives them an opportunity to clear something up. Earlier we said a pitch clock violation. It was actually an offensive timeout called. That done by the coach, Coach Hardy. It's a tough blow. You old school baseball fans might remember the use of ethyl chloride. Oftentimes when a player would take something like that off the wrist, they come in with a little spray the arm down, and 2 seconds later the guy's in good shape. He's ready to go.
Is that the same spray they use on soccer players when they go down and they quick spray and he's good again.
Yeah,
Put him right back in there.
ankle's fine, right? There's a line shot toward right with the range and the catch made. Jaden Oden retires the hitter. So Bryce Anderson is retired.
Catcher number 34, Parker Sirio.
So you got Hunter on at first, still in a lot of pain, squeezing that right wrist. Sweeney on at second. Parker Sirio. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Flied out and popped out before that as that one gets away. Each of the players able to go down 90 feet. That one is a wild pitch. So Solomon Masters having control issues. Tries to keep the score where it is. And Tigers can ill afford to give up another run.
Mm-hmm.
So now they bring the infield in. The pitch. Two balls and no strikes to Parker Sirio. Sweeney down by way of a wild pitch. Two of them. That's how he advanced. Hunter taking advantage of a wild pitch himself. On at second. First base is open. That's why you have the infielders in. The pitch. That's a strike. Solomon Masters getting some encouragement from this Tiger crowd. Made their way over from Savannah. And the pitch. That's strike two. Full count. One man out. The pitch. Misses inside for ball four. So he had a base open. Parker Sirio steps into that area.
Number 8, Ethan Valdez.
That means that Sweeney's on at third, Hunter at second, and Sirio on at first as you go to the top of the order for Ethan Valdez. We have a call to the bullpen.
Yeah, we saw that one. Saw that one coming. Unfortunately, Solomon couldn't come out with his best stuff.
The left-hander.
Yeah.
Luke Sanders making his way in.
Want to take a quick second and wish a member of our production team well, Kimberly Wright. Kim would have been here this weekend had it not been for the laying to rest her mother this weekend in Tuskegee. And so we wish Kimberly and her family well, because I know she would have loved to have been here this week in Albany. And so, Kim, we love you. We're praying for you and your family. And you're in our thoughts and prayers while we're here in Albany. Now joining us, one of those VIPs we mentioned that will be coming up into the booth. It's the commissioner of the SIAC, Dr. Anthony Holloman.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Doc?
I'm well.
Good to have you.
Man, let me start by thanking you all for this great coverage that we've had throughout the week, from our softball championships rolling into baseball and the other spring sports that you've covered. We've enjoyed it. I think that has allowed us to connect with our fan base.
Without a doubt, it's been our pleasure as well. You know, having had a chance to see the talented teams that played in this one, the top 8 teams got a chance to make it into the field, and there were some worthy teams that were on the outside looking in as well.
You know, we had a very competitive baseball season, went to the last games of the season before we knew who the top 8 teams were, and they were separated by percentage points. So that's what you want, to have a very competitive season. Spring Hill, the defending SIAC champions, have played well. Savannah State is a formidable opponent, and so excited to see a competitive game that is going down to the last out, and who knows, Savannah State shown the ability to come back.
Did you happen to make it through all 13 last night?
So I picked it up in the 7th inning.
Okay, smart man. There you go. So you got the best half of the best half right there.
No, absolutely. And, you know, you want to commend both teams, Albany State and Savannah, for laying it all on the line.
So the reliever is on. The first batter he faces with the bases loaded. He throws the curveball, and it's up the middle. Picked up by the second baseman. His throw, stretch, and they've got him. Double play to retire the side. Can you hang with us?
Sure.
All right. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more with the commissioner. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Championship in the play that concluded a last half inning. A sterling double play by a team that needed the defensive effort. The Tigers trailing in this one by a score of 6-2 as we're continuing to visit with Dr. Anthony Holloman, the commissioner. And I know this is your first year here, but you guys have put on quite a show over the last 3 weeks. And how has it been for you in this role?
So I had the benefit of being the AD chair when I was at Fort Valley, and I actually chaired baseball in 2019, and so you know, it's really been a whirlwind experience. We've held our spring championships on our campuses, Morehouse College for track and field, Fort Valley for men's volleyball, and now Albany State. And so I want to thank those presidents and athletic directors who were so gracious to share their facilities, showcasing, you know, what we have to offer in the SIAC.
And you talk about talent. It's been on exhibit over the 3 weeks. The men's volleyball event, and obviously the track and field was outstanding. You know, Benedict doing their thing yet again on both the men's and women's side, but individual titles being won. It was just a showcase, as that one is topped down toward first. Routine grounder in the toss to get his man.
If I could ask you, Dr. Holloman, with obviously, you know, you brought up the fact that these spring championships were hosted on campuses, and I know that's always something that conferences go back and forth with, trying to figure out, do you host those championships at neutral sites or on campuses? What's been the overall vibe? Obviously, the basketball tournaments were held on campus. What's been the general thoughts of, you know, hosting these championships on campuses versus, you know, a neutral site?
I think it's been well received this year, and we did it this year out of necessity. But we will explore all of our options moving forward. I'm, thankful to have, a team around me which was able to pull together our championships. The institutions that hosted the championships have maintained their facilities and been gracious to us.
Yeah, and a great partnership that you have, and you talked about the folks that work behind the scenes that don't get the shine, and I know there's some people that I'm sure you would like to show your appreciation to, obviously, over these last few weeks.
One of the things has really been good. We have strong supporters and sponsors that allow us to put these championships on. My team with Danielle Mathis, Jim Hall, Tyler Williams, Jesse Wallace have done a great job going from venue to venue, making sure everything was in place so that our teams, our coaches, fans would have a great experience.
So we've had a ground out by Desmore Joseph II, a ground out by T.C. Russian, and with 2 men out, a single by Hakeem Smith puts him aboard for Mason McLeod, who had a base on balls, got to second by way of an error, and was hit by a pitch his last time up. There's 2 gone here in the home half of the 8th inning. 4 outs remaining. Savannah State, can they mount a comeback?
Savannah State looking for a little McLeod magic. We saw it last night. McLeod magic, excuse me. We'll see if see what this young man's able to do, if he can do it in back-to-back days.
Just a few hours. Young man, very pivotal in that come-from-behind effort. And again, talk a little bit about your coaches. Dr. Holloman, in terms of the coaches that coach these teams to the championship level, these guys are unique personalities, and you've got one in a veteran and one in a newcomer here in this championship game.
One of the things that is, really exciting, SIAC has had very good baseball for a number of years, and, we've had great coaches that prepare their teams and come to this tournament with aspirations of moving on to the regionals. And so we know that the team that is able to finish this game off will be a great representative of the SIAC in the regional playoffs.
Yeah, the NCAA is right around the corner for the winner of this one. And we talked about Albany State, the host site here. They were nationally ranked throughout the year, and opportunities for them to possibly shine in the postseason as well. When you have multiple participants, it helps the conference, it helps the schools with their recruiting, and there's just and also helps the conference by way of the sponsors that you spoke of just a moment ago.
So one of the things that I think is a really positive for us is when you have competitive teams that are tested during the regular season, that bodes well for them being competitive when they go to the regionals. We understand that you have to have balance, and I think what you're seeing with a team like Savannah State, having to win multiple games yesterday, that they have depth in their pitching, timely hitting, and then Spring Hill has done it year in and year out, and so you're excited to see all the young men compete at a high level.
Now, as we close things out with you, talk a little bit about the future of the SIAC in terms of maybe expansion or other plans and initiatives you have on the...
For us, we are going to be strategic when we look at expansion, and, we're excited. We are hopeful that we will be able to continue to grow our sponsorships and look at, some multimedia rights deals that may enhance what we're doing. So we're excited, and I thank you all for giving us this platform to showcase the talent of our student athletes, the brand of our institutions, and then the SIAC as a whole. But I would like to say that on July 12th, Football Media Day, we will bring back the SIAC Hall of Fame, and it's going to be a luncheon. It's going to be held in the College Football Hall of Fame, so we look forward to announcing that new class and combining it with Football Media Day.
That is awesome. You heard it here first from the commissioner, Anthony Holloman. He's been joining us. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
All right, it's a pleasure to have him with us so much. And, of course, we had a ground out by Gage Ragona to open up the top half of the ninth inning. 6-2 lead. And it brings up Jackson Bell. Bell in the game. A couple of singles. A ground out and a fly out.
Yeah, Luke Sanders is on the mound for Savannah State. We saw Luke yesterday.
There's a fly ball rather, line single. Greets him. It's Jackson Bell with his third hit of the game. And I'll bring up Norris McClure.
Luke Sanders was a calming force in that contest yesterday, which was a rocky start for Savannah State, especially with their first two pitchers. And then Sanders came in and kind of settled things down over the course of about 3 innings, and it's what Savannah State needed to get back in the game. So not surprised to see him here late, see if he can do it again.
Throw over to first. Room service throw. And the pitch. Swung on and popped out to shallow center field, and it'll fall in. Rounding second, heading to third. And he's in there standing, and behind him, the play goes in, and he flies into second base. So you've got runners at second and third on the weakly hit ball that found its way in front of the defender, Hakeem Smith, unable to come up with it. So second and third. On the single. And now the pitch. Seth Williams in the batter's box. Off-speed pitch is lifted. Playable to center field. 1 out in the inning, so the runner will tag. Here's a strong throw, but it's headed toward third and pulled in there by the shortstop, Paxot, to allow the run to score.
Yeah, Thomas was always going for the cutoff to prevent the runner on second to go to third.
So a sacrifice fly and an RBI. As we may have another pitching change. Let's take a timeout. You're watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
Pitching change for Savannah State. Their 4th pitcher comes on. Francisco Arad is on in relief of Luke Sanders. Solomon Masters before him, and the starter, Jose Santiago. Between them, 7 runs on 12 hits. 3 errors defensively. Runner on at second. 2 outs in the inning, and that one is grounded foul and out of play. Luke Sweeney is the hitter. He popped out. Got on base by way of a base on balls. Had a bunt and an RBI. Hit by a pitch as well. That one is sliced. Short right field. And nobody's going to get there. Another run comes home. So a seeing eye single for Sweeney. Alex Martinez, the pinch hitter, comes up.
Number 21, Alex Martinez.
Martinez, redshirt senior from El Paso, Texas.
Martinez seeing his first action in the championships. All right. Looks in for the sign. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. And now the pitch. Topped. In fair territory. Now it goes foul. Eight to 2 is the score. Spring Hill out in front. As that's popped up. You almost got your wish on that one as he sliced it just over our heads.
Yeah.
Out of play. going to use the Duke Cam as my shield.
Hey, I'm going all out for it.
Yeah, it's grounded down towards short. Diving attempt, but it gets through. So Alex Martinez coming through with the single.
Lots of hug for the red shirt senior.
Second baseman, number 5.
Probably one of those guys who you just he comes, does his thing, works every day, great teammate. And you can tell by the enthusiasm from the dugout in front of us that they were definitely excited for him to get a base hit right there.
Most importantly, you've been sitting down for 8 innings. Warmed up over 2 hours ago. Pressed in the service, you were able to deliver. Team sports, of course, it's all about bonding and relationships, working together toward a common goal, and he's worked as hard as anybody and gets his opportunity here in the championship game and makes some things happen. So, Coach Bullington talked about that teamwork, came over and gave Martinez chest bump and a pound. No balls and 1 strike to count. All right. Sidearm delivery, and it's slowly floating out towards short center field, diving back there and off the glove of Paxod. Coming around the score is Martinez.
Great effort by Paxod. Had it, and then as he was falling down, just couldn't keep the glove closed as his arm hit the turf and the ball comes out. Tough play by Paxod. I think they ruled that as a single, though.
I have to correct myself. That was Sweeney. These guys scoring in bunches. Three across here. Now 9-2 is our score. Runners at first and second. Still 2 outs.
Hit him.
And that hit him. Sending Parker Serio down to first base. He's been hit twice in this game.
Third baseman, number 8.
So the bases are packed full of Badgers. We go back to the top of the order in Ethan Valdez. He singled, got picked off his first plate appearance, flied out twice and grounded out. His fly out led to a double play, a rare occasion. You'd see that as the runner left early, as that one's fouled toward the Savannah State dugout and caroms off the Cricket SIAC baseball championship banner. So 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 men out. Francisco Arat on the bump. From the stretch, the 1-1 delivery. Curveball lashed out into left field. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. On the RBI single by Valdez.
Yeah, the Badgers are opening up a can right now. They are adding on the insurance runs to secure this championship in their final at-bat.
That one is popped up. Left fielder has it, and he makes the catch, Smith, to retire the side, but not before 5 runs scored in the top of the 9th inning. 11 runs on 16 hits, no errors, 2 runs on 6 hits, and 3 errors. Last licks. The last opportunity for Savannah State to mount a comeback. We head to the bottom of the ninth. And your score, 11-2 in favor of Spring Hill as they're 3 outs away from a championship. This is the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple app.
Bottom of the ninth inning. Left-hander on in relief for Spring Hill. That's Matthew Delcom. Getting the opportunity to close things out. He can hold things together. Got himself a 9-run cushion. So huge inning at the top with 5 across. Remember Spring Hill, a team that won last year's championship. He'll face a challenge from the Tigers in this final inning as they defeated
Have your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Savannah State. Number 12, Jason Miller.
Albany State in the title game on their home field right here. 8-7 in a spirited championship game. As the first pitch by the reliever. That missed. You might see Savannah State hold the bat over their heads quite a bit here. They need base runners. Begins with the first one. That's over for a call strike. Two balls and 1 strike, the pitch. Pop back foul and out of play. The pinch hitter here is Jason Miller. Outfielder for Coach Hardy. And the pitch, Hardy. Coach Hardy watches that one as it flies in the air. The pinch hitter retired. As Miller hits the shallow center field for the first out. Ragona calmly pulled that one in. Let's see a sense of air of confidence on the part of the Badgers as the pitch. The leadoff hitter, Joe Smith, got on base by way of a base on balls his last time up. One's across the scoreboard. Before that pitch, The 2-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Foul back. Count is full. The wind. And that one is taken high. That's ball 4. So Smith works out his second base on balls of the game. And I'll bring up another pinch hitter. It's Coach Hardy going deep into his roster.
Mayor, attention please. Pinch hitting for Savannah State, number 18, Jake Trubesic.
The earlier hitting stars in this tournament, Jake Grubesic checks in. Grubesic had a double earlier in the championships. 2 hits and scored a couple of runs. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He quickly down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery. Bounded foul into his own dugout. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Joe Smith doing a little housekeeping, smoothing things out in the base paths. Runner at first with 1 man gone, then now the pitch. That one just missed. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grubesic. Again, he gets around quickly on it.
Fighting to stay alive. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
From the stretch, the pitch popped up, called for by the center fielder who makes the catch. Ragona retires the pinch hitter. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Andre Wright. The pitch. Wright takes it away. Wright with a couple of strikeouts. And RBI his last time up. And he drills this one to deep center field, but playable. Making the catch is Ragona, and the championship belongs to the Badgers of Spring Hill. Let the celebration begin.
Charles, it's been a heck of a run for Spring Hill. It's now their 3rd consecutive SIAC tournament baseball championship.
And doing it undefeated fashion as well. Fantastic effort. Congratulations certainly goes out to Coach Bullington and his team. A series of mastery. Of course, they'll have the all-tournament team. You'll also hear from some of the winners as well, as our Charles Ward will be down on the field, having an opportunity to capture all the pageantry that is deserving of an SIAC championship. The 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Champions for 2023 are the one and only Spring Hill Badgers. You witnessed it right here on the Black College Sports Network. For our coverage of college sports for this
my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching, hey, motivation.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
With Academy Sports and Outdoors, you can take outdoor fun to a whole new level with just a touch of a button, because there's so much to discover on the Academy app. Create your dream outdoor living space that gets the whole family out there spending time together. Master new recipes with just the right amount of heat and the perfect spice or seasoning. And give the kids even more ways to play. Great times are waiting. Download the Academy Sports and Outdoors app today.
Back live here at Albany State University, the West Campus, and their baseball facility, the site of the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships event over 4 days. The top 8 teams competing, and it came down to this, and a tremendous effort had by all. And once again, the team that ran the table, undefeated, finding themselves with a perfect record all the way through all 3 events, meaning going back to the 19 year and 20 and 21, we did not have the baseball championships. 22 and now 23 belong to Spring Hill, as we have the all-tournament team, the first of the announcements made. So we'll let the public address announcer, Darren Lillard, carry you home.
From Albany State, Jeremiah Riddle. From Albany State, Austin Roberts.
So several tournament players from teams that were eliminated from this final day. TC Russian. Comes out to receive his award from the commissioner, Dr. Holloman. Some great names we've heard already thus far registered.
Yeah, you had Will Valentin of Edward Waters, Joseph Esparza of Kentucky State.
Andre Wright.
You heard Andre Wright there of Savannah State, but Austin Roberts of Albany State, Jeremiah Rebel of Albany State.
From Savannah State, Jaden Oden.
Loved his game. He played a lot of heart, made a lot of putouts in this game too.
Those three, Oden and Wright, the 2-3 hitters, they've had an excellent day, excellent tournament, and then of course so has Russian.
From Spring Hill College, Logan Clark.
Logan Clark, the first of the champions, have his name called.
From Spring Hill College, Seth Williams.
Seth Williams, the man with the short pants and a big heart.
From Spring Hill College, Jackson Bell.
Jackson Bell. Really, these last couple of games for Bell, he has showcased his skill set.
And finally, from Spring Hill College, Norris McClure.
Norris McClure, rounding out the list. McClure was on last year's all-tournament team.
I will not be surprised if there's a picture of the tournament. If it's, I'm just guessing, Michael Roccabaldo, 2 wins.
Baseball tournament runner-up, the Tigers of Savannah State University.
Yeah, they don't break it down to just an individual. They have the MVP award obviously coming up, and the runners-up as well. They follow the same script as last year. Coach of the tournament is usually rendered. Last year was Frank Sims at Spring Hill. Coach Sims moving on. Here's the runners-up. Somewhat disappointed, but certainly a great run. They were the #1 seed last year. Did not advance to the final day, but had the opportunity here as the 2 seed to make it to the championship. Come up just shy of their dream, but showed a tremendous amount of heart, and what they did last night will go down in the annals of this league for quite a long time.
Yeah, they played, a total of 5 games, if I'm not mistaken? So a good run, either 5 or 6.
And now your
6 games, yeah, 6 games.
Coach of the tournament from Spring Hill College, Walker Bullington.
Coach Bullington, following Frank Sims, who got the award last year. Great photo op there. SIAC commissioner.
SIAC Baseball Tournament MVP from Spring Hill College, Nick Hunter.
All right, well, I was wrong. Won't be the first time.
Nick Hunter. Hunter making things happen. The DH in this contest had 6 hits leading into this championship game, had 2 more, and was hit by a pitch in the title game. So he make that 3 more hits with his position because the pinch hitter jumped in, Alex Martinez. He might take a little credit for that one as well. But 2 hits in the championship game gave him 8 overall. Brian, this guy was amazing.
Now presenting to you the 20,
as was the team. The 3 seed.
The Badgers of Spring Hill College.
With their championship caps on, the purple caps tossed to the side. Extra hats thrown out to some of the coaches as well, and they get the spoils of victory. As the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship belongs to Spring Hill College.
For the 3rd consecutive tournament. Definitely a three-peat moment there for Spring Hill.
The parents, professional photographers, and local media alike all making their way out, but you're seeing it captured right here on the Black College Sports Network. It's been our pleasure to bring you all of the fanfare, and we're not done yet.
Yeah, for most of these guys, though, it is a back-to-back journey. I mentioned the 3 in a row. There's a bit of a gap in between the 3, right? Because obviously there were 2 years where you had the COVID pause the tournament one season, and then you didn't have it the next season. And so, Spring Hill had won it the year before. So in terms of tournaments for a program, 3 consecutive. But for most of these guys who probably may not have been a part of the program, we're talking, 3-4 years ago?
Many of them were not, and they weren't influential in last year's event. Micah Morgan won the Most Valuable Player Award. We mentioned McClure was on that team, but you had Grant Ackridge and Grayson Williams all part of the all-tournament team from last year. As we hope to have Walker Bullington join us.
Take the trophy.
We're trying to get Coach to.
And we're doing some live directing here. Our producer extraordinaire preparing us for the winning accolades, the championship T-shirts going on, the players as well. They got some of them have their phones nearby for IG and other personal experiences. As our own Charles Ward is down on the field. He's got the head coach. So let's go to Charles right now.
We're live at field level. Thanks, guys, for sending it down to us. With head coach Walker Bullington. Coach, back-to-back championships. How good is this one?
It's hard to put into words, man. These guys deserve it. We kind of took a turn there at the end of the season, got hot at the right time. Our dugout was unbelievable. Guys that just stepped up. We had 3 or 4 guys playing injured, grinding it out, and just the attitude, the effort, the intensity. There was no doubt in their minds, and I'm just so proud of this group.
I know you got to be proud of them playing a tournament. Got into that winning bracket. Good job here today. Your thoughts about today?
It was a tough one, kind of a grinded out game. It's day 4. Guys are tired. Savannah State, all credit to them. They played 6 games to get to us. We thought if we could strike early, we'd be okay. We dropped the one early, and then we're able to come back and get it, and especially coming off a game like yesterday with Albany State, one of the most emotional games I've ever been involved with. And it was 4 dogfights, and to come out on top is pretty impressive by this group of young men.
Yeah, no question about it.
I'm just honored and blessed every day to have this job. I want to say thank you to Coach Sims, who I coached under here, who laid a legacy down 37 years. You can hear him in the back. I want to say thank you to Landon Powell, came in as an assistant and just turned the tide for us. And just grateful, just grateful. Got to get back to the drawing board and go get ready to go for 2 weeks from now.
Coach, congratulations on the championship.
I appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
Coach Walker Bullington with the Spring Hill Badgers, SIAC 2023 champions. Send it back up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Charles. We appreciate that for sure, and a great opportunity for him to talk to the coach, and you can hear it, just the emotion of a coach that's just won his first SIAC crown.
You mentioned something unique about this team, about how they recruit and how Coach recruits guys at a particular size, and we've seen that across the board. I mean, I'll compare this to Albany State and them recruiting a high number of left-handed hitters. I mean, so it's real unique, and props to all of these coaches and their staffs for what they're able to do. And I think we're almost about ready here for Charles to speak with Coach Hardy. I know Coach Hardy's going to be talking here with.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to hear from him in a few minutes as they get that together. But can you continue with your thought in terms of the way that coaches align themselves for success?
Yeah, that's the challenge here. I have come to have a newfound respect. Every year I work with baseball events and talk to more coaches. The challenges that baseball coaches have to work with, because their scholarship structure is completely different than what we are most familiar with in terms of football, basketball, and so the way they have to maneuver, the number of scholarships that they get to work with, and then be able to kind of manage all that, cutting, some guys not getting full scholarships, and finding other ways to work within your university. A lot of kudos to these coaches.
Without a doubt, the different formulas, different philosophies, and at the end of the day, it works together toward the betterment of these young student athletes who grow into men and remember this experience for the rest of their lives. We're awaiting an opportunity to hear from Carlton Hardy, the head coach of Savannah State. His team falling on the short end of an 11-2 contest. In the end of the box score, 11 runs on 16 hits and no errors, 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors in the game for the Tigers. In addition to that, we obviously are looking back at some of the events that happened in this tournament. Spring Hill with a 6-3 victory over Edward Waters, as we now head down to Charles Ward, who has the head coach of Savannah State.
We are live here at field level after the ball game. Coach Carlton Hardy is gracious to join us after the championship contest today. Coach, your team fought hard coming out of the losers black bracket to get to the championship ball game. Talk about your thoughts about this team.
I am so proud of the group that I had an opportunity to coach this year. This 2023 team played as hard as they could from the first day that we started in the fall until the last day today. I commend Spring Hill on a job well done, but as I told the guys in the dugout right after the game, this is a process for us, and we will be back.
In the tournament overall, once you got into the elimination bracket, the toll on the pitching staff kind of made the difference. Talk about that in terms of how your pitchers performed, because you had some sterling performances on players or pitchers that didn't ordinarily you would rely on.
That is correct. We talk about amongst our coaching staff about what does it take to become a champion in a team setting. You need your guys or your dudes to be dudes, but you need some pleasant surprises. You need some guys that you didn't even think about to come up and step up big. And so to get to this point, we've had the young man, Jose Santiago, just pitched 2 days ago and pitched 5 innings, and then he came back and gave us 6 strong innings. We had a young man who pitched twice all year, 2 innings, came out and threw a complete game shutout. Enrico Peel, one of the pitcher of the year of the SIAC, in an elimination game, complete game, over 130 pitches, and was ready to go today. And we just played yesterday in that game. So, again, our guys really competed, and everybody from, unless the 2 guys who pitched last night said they were able to go today.
Willing to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know it's not much consolation, but that marathon game last night against Albany State, you knocked off the number 1 team. Did you feel you had momentum coming into the championship after winning that one?
A great question. Our motto is to go 1-0. You know, a lot of people said, Coach, how do you feel? How do you feel? Like, well, I'm tired. I'm getting up there in age and I'm tired. But when I woke up this morning and went down to breakfast, everyone on the team was up and ready to go. The bus was scheduled to leave at a certain time. When I got to the bus, they was on the bus 20 minutes before, anxious to come play today. And I think they gave it everything they have. We just came up on the short end of the stick.
Coach, congratulations on a great season, and thanks for being so gracious to talk to us after the ball game.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Head Coach Carlton Hardy being gracious enough to talk to us after Savannah falls to the Badgers of Spring Hill in the championship ball game. Back upstairs to you, Charles and Brian.
Thank you so much, Charles Ward. Appreciate that. And also Coach Hardy, just a first-class individual. Both of the coaches, just fantastic examples of what the true coach means, and also how their players follow their leadership.
Yes, indeed. Definitely congratulations, and that's what you build your program on. You build it on the strength and character of individuals. It is tough. That is why everybody understands you want to win that first game and stay in the winner's side as long as possible. And that's just how the tournament double eliminations are set up. It's not impossible for a team to come out of the elimination side and win a title, but it's just that much more challenging, as it should be, right? As how it should be when you drop a first game. But what I love to hear, again, what I saw in every elimination game, I saw great pitching. But at least somebody had a pitcher that came through, and so I'll remember of this tournament of the 4 elimination games that I saw, of course, besides the 13-inning game last night. I will remember the pitching performances that the teams got. When you needed a win, you went to a guy, and that guy pitched a complete. You heard Coach talk about Enrico Peel in that performance the other day when I was watching. I mean, incredible stuff by these young people, and then we saw a lot of web gems, as I like to refer to them. And baseball's a beautiful sport, Charles, and when you get to see it in this format, it is something to remember. So I'll just say congratulations to all the participants, congratulations to the SIAC, congratulations to the host Albany State Golden Rams for keeping great facilities and having the field ready and prepared for every game. Just a beautiful tournament, and so a lot of wonderful memories.
Yeah, thanks again to the SIAC for having us, and of course to the champions. The victors go the spoils, as the Spring Hill team defeated Edward Waters, Savannah State 2 times, Albany State to capture their 3rd consecutive SIAC championships. So the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championship is in the books, and the winner, Spring Hill College, as they'll take home that winner's trophy. Again, it's been our pleasure being here with you for the last 4 days, and for the softball activities that preceded that, the track and field prior to that, and also the men's volleyball before that for Brian Fulford and Charles Ward and a cast of thousands. I'm Charles McNeil saying good afternoon from Albany, Georgia. You've been watching the 2023 Cricket SIAC Baseball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.